What do you get when you mix solo leveling with Call of Duty? You get a thrilling comic book story about an average student who is secretly a super soldier leading a team of highly trained assassin-mercenary types. So the story is actually about this high school boy named Ijin who returns to Korea after surviving a plane crash as the only survivor for many years. Now he's trying to navigate life in high school with newfound friends and families. The real question is how he managed to survive the plane crash, and how he ended up in this situation is a different story altogether. After the plane crash, Ijin was found by a group of highly trained super soldiers, a mix of mercenaries, assassins, and terrorists, known only as the Camp, led by a powerful warlord named Mad Dog. Ijin crash-landed in an undisclosed country ravaged by war and poverty. Likely due to modern geopolitical sensitivities, the story doesn't reference real-world countries, but it seems inspired by regions like parts of Africa or Southeast Asia. The Camp nursed Ijin back to health, but at a cost. To cover the medical supplies and expenses for his treatment, at the age of 8, Ijin had to join the camp and undergo grueling training to become a super soldier. Now, these super soldiers are the elite among the elites in the organization. They endure brutal hazing and training rituals that strip away their humanity and identity, leaving them identified only by a number. Hence, what the elites in the camp are called the numbers. Now, Ijin was given the title 001 or 1 and became the de facto leader of the numbers. Despite receiving this title, he showed traces of his humanity after being trained to be a cold-blooded killer. Now, Ijin began questioning his humanity when the camp was ordered to massacre civilians in a village, which went against his consciousness. This infuriated Mad Dog, who wanted to subject Ijin to another round of brutal hazing. This conflict triggered Ijin to eliminate half of the numbers and escape for good. Now, after escaping the camp, Ijin went to this place called the Mercenary Village, where he worked as a freelance mercenary for several years. There, he began to live something resembling a normal life. After everything he had endured, his memories resurfaced after he rescued several Korean Special Forces members and a civilian. When they discovered he could speak Korean, they wanted to help him reunite with his family in Korea. Without spoiling too much, Mercenary Enrollment is a standard action-packed comic book which I love, so I'm a bit biased since I enjoy consuming action-packed media. Especially love the moments when groups of people are shocked to learn a 19-year-old can go all out and take on multiple opponents with ease. Now, the various subplots are a mix and match, typically shifting from a gangster and crime arcs to a hint of James Bond espionage style spying, and then full-on Expendables gun-blazing action scenes. I sometimes lose tracks of the plot because some characters in these subplots are kind of forgettable. There are also frequent flashbacks to Ijin's past sprinkled throughout. I gravitate towards the Rambo-style plots with special forces vibes and the typical mercenary arcs because, as I mentioned, I love Call of Duty and I've grown up watching action movies. Now, the story shifts gears to focus on normal high school life in Korea, which I cannot relate as much. I think the bullying shown in the comic is a bit exaggerated, and I doubt it could actually happen in real life, though I could be wrong. Ijin as a character is what you might call a Gary Sue, which can sometimes feel bland or generic, but what sets him apart from this reoccurring theme is that he has severe PTSD. Sure, Ijin is smart and physically capable, but he struggles with basic social skills and responding to human affections or emotions. I think this stems from the camp's indoctrination, which stripped away his humanity. When faced with signs of normal life that he had never experienced, it triggers his PTSD shown through his flashbacks. Despite once being a cold-blooded killer, Ijin is human after all, with flaws that makes him more compelling. It's still an ongoing series and you can read it on Webtoon. I think for Call of Duty fans will love this series, If you're an action hero type guy, if you love Rambo growing up, you could enjoy this. And also if you're one of those solo leveling fans, like typical shonen style anime or high school life anime. For someone like me who loves action, you could enjoy this. Definitely would recommend this.